This is G.I. Joe Renegades 3 3/4 inch Storm Shadow, part of Wave 3 of the 30th anniversary line. This figure is sick. This figure is just off the hook. Look at that, he's killer. He's definitely the most in-demand figure of the wave. Consider yourself lucky if you find it in retail. I did find it in retail. I found the entire wave in Walmart about I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks ago. Actually, he was the only one in it too. I think they're short packing him, as in if they get a case, there'll be 2 of each character and maybe just 1 of him. Anyway, we'll get on to him in a minute. Let's look at the packaging that he comes in. So it's standard 30th anniversary packaging. This is I really like this packaging. It's really cool. It's very subtle and it's very simple. It's very sleek and clean. I don't like packaging that's, real in your face. Like the Rise of Cobra movie line. It was neon green. It was just I don't like it. But this is great. And I love the Renegades cartoon. So, just seeing him like that is awesome. On the back, you got him there. A little bio about him here. Tells you what weapons he comes with. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And then some pictures of the rest of the assortment. From this wave, there's Ripcord, Scarlet, Tonal Rat, Techno Viper, Stormtrooper, of course, and the Cobra Trooper. And I will be reviewing all this soon. I'm actually going to skip the rest of these and move on to Wave 4 first, and then I'll come back to that. Alright, now on to this killer figure. Alright. Overall feel of this guy, he looks like Storm Shadow. It's not quite as new looking or modern looking as the Rise of Cobra Storm Shadow. Not nearly, not anything like it. He's much more, I guess, like feudal looking. Wearing this, I don't know what's it called, the Kiki or Kikugi, whatever this little martial arts outfit is. And he doesn't look too cartoony. I know the rest of the guys in the wave, in the line, looked cartoony, like Duke and stuff, but he doesn't look real cartoony at all. Probably mostly because his face is covered. But he just looks badass. He just looks like a ninja. He looks like he could run on water because he's got those little feety things that they wear. All right, onto the mold. The mold is amazing. Let's get on to a closer look at this. His outfit, I don't know what it's called, his little ninja duds. It's wonderful. Like, the amount of detail in his clothes is phenomenal. It's extremely, it's exquisite. Like all the clothing line folds and all that. It just looks great. And it has a lot of texture, a lot. When you look at this guy, when you pick him up and see him, you'll really appreciate this. He looks real. I'm not sure if they've used this mold before. I don't know. It's great. These little shin pads here are highly detailed. Look at that. That's great. And then he's got the little, I don't know what they're called. Those little, looks like he's almost only wearing socks, but it's padded. And then his belt. So it's really wavy, and it looks like it's made out of velvet or something. It's not just like a purple belt like the kids get. It's got a lot of texture in there. Looks like it's really heavy and really durable. And then his face, he comes with 2 heads. This is the more Renegades accurate head. And look at that, it looks exactly like it does in the show. With his little hair, his hair hanging out on the sides. And It's I think this head is supposed to be just bandages, like wrapped around his face. At least that's what it looks like in the cartoon, because he can, lower his mouth, the little cloth over his mouth if he wants to. I mean, the mold is amazing. Let me give you a look at the other head, and then I'm going to move on to the hands, and the hands are great. All right, here's his other head. It's more classic Storm Shadow from the original cartoon. I mean, and I think he might do this particular face mask in the cartoon maybe once or twice. I'm not sure. That's what he has on the picture on the box. And the detail on the head is just as great. All right, now look at his hands. His hands are amazing. It's got that real like ninja feel, it's like he can do the touch of death, like a Vulcan neck bench and just put you out. I mean, there's spaces between his two fingers, and I'll show you why that is in a second. He can hold his weapons in certain ways that they spring through the fingers, so he holds them, like I guess a ninja would, is supposed to. And his other hand is pretty much the same. And the articulation in his hands is great too. It's that same articulation as the Renegades snake eyes. You can bend there, and that coupled with the hand mold. Look at that! Isn't that awesome? Now you're like, wow! Look at that! It's wonderful. All right. Now that I showed you the hands, let's move on to the accessories so you can see how he holds them. Well, you already saw the katana. They are beautiful. The detail on the hilt is just outstanding. And then the blade is great too. It's a nice silver color with metallic in there, and there's even shading on the edge of it, make it look more realistic. The handles are kind of thick, so when you put them in the hands, it'll take a little bit of muscle to get in there, and it might stretch them out, but they're really easy just to push back together. Okay, so accessories. It comes with the katana you saw. It comes with this. It's a sheath that holds the katana, and the bow and arrow that he comes with. He also comes with, hold on a second. It comes with a bow and arrow. The bow is silver, and the detail on the nock is amazing. And then here's the bow, and it's actually pretty loose and flexible, so you can actually kind of pull it. This is the only one that well, not the only one. He can't hold this too well. You can see it'll go in there, but I guess he holds in that hand all right. Sorry, last time I tried to put in there, I just used the katana, or the katana had been in there for a while. And then these will go in here. And then, I'm not sure why they do this, but it can come off like that. So I guess you could just have the katana if you want to. Alright, and then, what else does he have? He has so many accessories. They're crazy. And then the sai. And the detail in these is great too. The handle is phenomenal. And the paint, again, like the sword, it's weathered and it's great. So his hands, I believe the proper way to hold the sai is like this. It's supposed to go through his fingers. Well, you can imagine, I'm not going to take 10 minutes to do it. I'll give it one more try. There you go. Like that. You see that? So then he could do like a cool pose like this. The best way to get the sword in there is to put it in lengthwise like that and then twist it. Isn't that cool? Let's get that out so I can show you more accessories. Comes with so many. I really like this one, the fan. I don't think it's for heat. If it gets too hot out, I got my fan. I don't know how they do it. That's like a ninja weapon somehow. Sorry, I didn't have to add a frame there. I really like the fan, and he holds it very well. Also comes with nunchuck or nunchaku, whatever you want to call him. He holds onto these pretty well. I wish this was just string, or thread. I wish it was like a harder, like a chain link metal. He's got throwing daggers. The detail on these is great too. The handles on all these things, and I believe he can hold it in that same idea. And then I guess he just flicks it. Okay, and then he's got these. I'm not sure what these are called. Hand knives. There's hand claws. And again, this fits in with his hand grip. Really nice. See how it is like that? It's like teeth. You can imagine they go into the hand through the fingers like the others. He's got throwing star, shuriken, whatever they're called. He's got two of these. He's got two sai, two claws, two throwing daggers. He's got this, they call this wrist darts. It's just this little like case, this little, and it has these three little darts. I guess they're like poison darts or blow darts or something like that. And the middle one comes out. They're extremely small, so be careful not to lose them. And then they have a little peg hole on them. And this is, I guess, his secondary. It's like a utility belt that goes across this chest, and it can snap on like that. Again, I wouldn't store him like this because it's very easy to lose. And then he comes with this belt also. So you can take this off. It might take a little work. I'm personally not going to do it because I really like it. And then this will go around his waist, and then this will go around his chest like that. You can look at the show for reference, and just type in G.I. Joe Renegades Storm Shadow on Google and start doing image search, and you'll find I'm sure you'll find a picture for reference. Let's move on to the paint application now. Oh, and of course he comes with the display stand. That's his last accessory. It's got a nice cobra symbol, and then it says his name on it, and he fits onto it great. Alright, let's move on to the paint application. The paint application it's pretty simple, but it's really nice. It's nothing flashy, but it still looks very, very good. It's just that basic white, like we've come to see Storm Shadow. It's not like a yellowy white or an eggshell white like in the Rise of Cobra line. It's just a very standard flat white, and then it has real nice shading to it and like weathering. It looks dirtied, especially in the hands. See that? And then the shins and the feet. It's got a nice dirt quality to it. And then his little cobra symbol. I don't know if it's screen printed on or painted on, but I mean it's flawless. Look at it, it's perfect. Even like the little lines inside the cobra hood are great. And then his belt looks really nice too. It's like this, it's not quite blood red, but it's a nice red, and that has really good shading too. And then the face, he's got real nice shading in the mask and his eyes. That's the only part that looks a little cartoony because it's just straight black like that. But, I mean, not much. It's a very good medium ground between cartoon and realism. And then the paint on the head. the other head. It's pretty good. And there's no Arashikage symbol on him anywhere. Not even, is there? Oh, there's one on his quiver, I guess it's called, but there's none on his person. All right, articulation. It's really nice. I think it's the same articulation as the Renegade Snake Eyes. It's got a ball jointed head, 360, and it looks up and down pretty well. The other head, not so much. It's really tight. It's really hard to get this guy on, and then when it's on, it's really tight. Ball hinge shoulders, 360 going in and out. Ball hinge elbows, 360 in and out. Ball hinge wrists, which is really nice. It goes like that and in that 360s. Same one. This one goes a different direction. So this one goes like this, and then that one goes like that. Can you see? And he's got a ball hinge torso, ball jointed or T jointed, whatever they call it, hips, double hinge knees, and then ball hinge feet, 360 in and out. Look at that. It's great. And it's all the joints are really tight. The feet aren't too tight, so they're not going to break. I mean, but he can hold almost any pose, you know? It's flawless. This guy is freaking crazy. It's insane how good he is. Let's do a size comparison. Put him on the stand. He stands on his own pretty well. Even in that pose that I just had him in, I had him doing that without the stand. It took a little bit of maneuvering to have this in there without the stand, but it's still pretty good. All right, this is him by the Pursuit of Cobra Desert Storm Shadow. Here he is by Duke from the Renegades. And then, just in case you don't have any Joes, here he is by Cad Bane from the Clone Wars line. So, should you get this figure? If you can't figure it out by yourself, I'll just tell you, yes, you should definitely get this figure. He is sick. If you've already found him in retail, consider yourself very lucky. If I were you, I would keep a little. If you have limited funds, which you probably do, I know I do, I would keep a little bit of money, just set it aside just in case you see him. Because if you see him, get him, because he will be gone within, by the time you just turn your head. He's so cool. He's one of my favorite Storm Shadows, I think. I mean, he definitely is. I take it back. If you can't find him on retail, I've seen him online. Personally, I probably wouldn't, because it's ridiculously priced. Like, the average price I've been seeing on eBay is $30. If you want to spend that much money, by all means, go ahead. If you're a huge Storm Shadow fan, you just have to have it. I mean, who am I to tell you no? But I can give you some advice. I would just try and get the entire wave, like, in a case, because I think I saw some cases going for $60 or $70 on eBay, and it has him in it, and then the rest, and the other characters. I mean, the other figures. It'll have Ripcord, Scarlet, Tunnel Rat, Techno Viper, and the Cobra Trooper. So if you were planning on paying $30 for them, just spend 60, double the price, and get 5 more figures. So I mean, I'm not even going to give any priority levels, because no matter who you are, get him. He's sick. Let's get one more close up of him. I know this is a long review, but I think he deserves it. Look at that. Look at that. He just looks mean. Look how mean he looks. He just wants to kill Snake Eyes so bad. He is a passionate hate for Snake Eyes. I really like the Renegades cartoon. If you haven't seen Renegades, check it out. It's really cool. excuse me, sadly got canceled, but I mean, you can find it on, I'm sure you can find it on Hulu or Netflix. I mean, it's a really cool cartoon. I resisted it at first, but then I started watching it, and it's phenomenal. It's a really great cartoon. All right, so I'm already at 20 minutes, but you know, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found this interview helpful. Not interview. I hope you found this review helpful. Upcoming reviews, like I said, I got the rest of the wave. Next up, I'll do Law and Order. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing the next wave after this. I'll be doing wave 4 with Law and Order, Airtight, Sci-Fi, Lifeline, and Zombie Viper. I'll be doing Law and Order next. All right. So I hope you found this helpful. Again, subscribe if you haven't yet. Shout out to all my subscribers. Dang, I got like 30 subscribers in 2 days. I really appreciate that. And anybody here, anybody who watches me, please tell me what you think. Alright, until next time, keep collecting.